going up by the best is the best it was, the best it ever will be. There but none before me, and there'll be none after me. Therefore, I am the one and only Jake Kobe, and welcome to Wrestling Made Simple. We got an easy week for you this week. We're going to do a Crown Jewel review that will be before we have our news of the week, then our Crown Jewel review, and then we have what I think is going to happen in War Games for Survivor Series. We then have your drink of the week, followed by a reading from the Book of Rules, and then the Battle Droid of the week. Let's get into the news this week, though, as the CM Punk story has taken a weird turn. People in WWE saying he is coming. People in WWE say he aren't coming. What's going on? There are so many news sources say one thing of BWE saying he is coming back to WWE. It's a done deal. He's back. Other people saying no, he isn't. He's teasing us with TNA and WWE hints on UFC TV. It's just so weird right now. I truly do believe he's probably coming back to some wrestling. Do I believe it's WWE? I don't know. You know what I'll believe what's going to happen? When I hear Cult of Personality playing on the TV. When I hear Cult of Personality, all right, something's happened. He's back. Wrestling is just wrestling. It's simple. Again. But a WWE legend has returned to Raw. Apparently, Snitsky has returned to Raw as he made his impromptu return on Raw as Chelsea Green was put into a battle royale where she lost and was then questioning why she was put in a match, who made that decision, and Snitsky showed up backstage saying it wasn't me. It was funny to see him make his appearance. I saw it later as I was on vacation this week, and I did not see SmackDown or Raw this week. Yeah, I did watch Crown Jewel, though. I watched that from actually the sportsbook in Las Vegas, which was fun to see. But so it was definitely a weird week in wrestling. And also, WWE high on a very young superstar. Mr. Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, has apparently impressed a lot of people backstage as he's been working through injury after injury and still goes strong and produces amazing matches. That's a lot of it's on him, but a lot of it's also on the people he works with. Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor, Sami Zayn. But still, I'm not taking anything away from Damian Priest. The guy is a monster in the ring, and it is awesome to see him work. It's cool to see him getting praised backstage, and I truly do believe he is a world champion in the future. He has money in the bank. We'll see if he cashes it in. But for right now, I am truly saying the future is bright for a young Damian Priest. We'll also say that the Monster Factory, run by Danny Cage, shout out to Danny Cage and the Monster Factory. Always awesome to talk to them. Those guys are amazing. The shit they put out is awesome. The wrestlers they have made, it's unbelievable. One former United States champion, now Mr. Money in the Bank Tag Team champion, Damian Priest. Let's move on to Crown Jewel, though. Crown Jewel coming from Saudi Arabia with an attendance of over 10,000 in the Mohammedoust Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which a couple nights before hosted Tyson Fury retaining his World Heavyweight Championship in boxing. WBC Heavyweight Champion. Just want to point that out. It kicked off with Sami Zayn and JD McDonough having a good match. JD McDonough would get actually a really bad welt on the side of his body that looks like it's healed up, but still, it's clear that Sami Zayn did some damage to JD, man. Sami Zayn is an unbelievable wrestler, and he really knows how to invoke a reaction out of the crowd, so it was very cool to see him get the praise that he should be in Saudi Arabia, even though for a long time he didn't want to go there. So the reason he didn't want to go, by the way, is because I believe Sami Zayn is Iranian. I'm going to make sure I'm right about that, because he is Canadian. He's Arabic. I'm trying to remember where he's his family's from. I believe he's Iranian. Oh, he's Syrian. Syrian, I apologize. Sami Zayn is Syrian, and for a long time, the government did not like Syrian anything, and Sami Zayn was not allowed into the country. They regretted on that, and he is now allowed to wrestle there. He has since come to almost every WWE pay per view there, and it's awesome to see him breaking down barriers with that. By the way, Sami Zayn would win that match. It was very cool to see. I think JD McDonough is a rising star on Raw if they ever give him the ability to do it, to truly show himself. We then get the main show kick off with Seth Franken Rollins versus the Scottish Warrior psychopath Drew McIntyre. It was a very good match. Pinfall after pinfall. So close with the Claymore. Seth Rollins actually kicking out of the Claymore. Drew kicking out of the stomp. It looked like no one had the end for it. Seth finally hitting a stomp to end the match after 18 minutes of a slugfest. Awesome match. Seth Rollins picks up the win and retains his title. There's a question going around, would Drew have retained if he was in the Judgment Day? I truly do believe yes. We then get your fatal five-way for the Women's World Championship with Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Starks all biting for Rhea Ripley's Women's World Championship. Very good match. It was fun. Still, Nia Jax is still not great in the ring, and it really does piss me off that she's still in the ring. I truly feel like she's gonna hurt people. Her promo style hasn't gotten any better. There's still so much that I do not like about it. Rhea Ripley would retain her title. I want to give a shout because she did pin Sonya Deville, but Nia, but Sonya Deville would look so strong as she had all four women basically, or she had three women except for Raquel Rodriguez in submissions. She had Rhea and Zoe in a kind of figure four while also choking out Nia. Nia looked to be out, by the way. They should have called Nia out. It should have been Sonya taking the title. But Rhea Ripley would pin Sonya Deville after hitting a riptide off the top rope using Zoe Starks. We then get John Cena versus Solo Sikoa. This was a fun match and kind of a cool passing of the torch. Solo Sikoa would pick up the win after hitting Samoan Spike on John Cena so many times and picking up the win for the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa would pick up the win. It was cool to see Solo Sikoa get that win over John Cena. And by the way, John Cena's losing streak hasn't gone on for over 2,000 days now. So more times as Roman's been champion, John Cena's been losing. We then get your WWE United States Championship match. Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio for the WWE United States Championship. It was a fun match. It went exactly as you thought it would, of Logan really pulling off the high fly moves, same as Rey. It was very good to see, very cool. Logan would pick up the win after one of his cronies handed him the brass knuckles. Yeah, that was a stupid way for them to do it. I truly did not like that, but I wasn't mad at Logan taking the title. I was shocked and I'm maybe a little mad at first, but the more I look into it, it just brings up the prestige of the United States title that a true celebrity is holding it, and it kind of reminds me of the IC title. We then get Bianca Belair versus Io Sky for the Women's Championship, the WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky would retain her title, but it wouldn't be on her own accord as Bayley would try to get involved. But it wouldn't be Bayley helping Io Sky. No, no, no. It would be Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is back in WWE. This is awesome to see the Pirate Princess back. I really love it. So cool to see. Kairi Sane would help Io Sky beat Bianca Belair and pick up the win. We then get Damian Priest versus Cody Rhodes in just a grudge match. Awesome match to see. Damian Priest would take the titles from Cody Rhodes, the tag titles, so that was cool to see. You would have Damian Priest actually lose here. Cody Rhodes hitting a crossroads. Apparently, he impressed a lot of people backstage by being willing to do the job for Cody Rhodes, as people think he's just so high that no one can touch him. And right now, he is apparently not afraid to say, I'll take the loss, even though I'm still building up as a superstar. He isn't afraid to say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the loss. Cody Rhodes picking up the win. Awesome for Cody Rhodes. Builds momentum going into Royal Rumble season. We then get your main event of L.A. Knight. Yeah, challenging for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship against Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns would pick up the win after some chicanery from Paul Heyman on the outside, actually getting on the apron. Very weird to see that from Paul Heyman, by the way. Paul Heyman usually never gets on the apron. He's never that type of. He was always the type of manager to sit back and just the clients he had, besides maybe like a CM Punk or a Cesaro, he would just let go wild, and he would let them just say like, "You're strong enough. That's why you're a Paul Heyman guy." So it's weird to see him do that for Roman Reigns, especially Roman Reigns. You think would need his help. You would think that he could beat LA Knight by himself. So people are saying LA Knight looked weak in this. I think he looked as strong as anyone has because he brought out the wise man. He brought out something that no superstar has ever really done to Paul Heyman. Made them get on the apron and truly get involved in the match. The only other time I can think of is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. That is the only other time I can truly think of. Roman Reigns would retain the title. LA Knight looks strong. Very fun to see. I thought it was a good pay-per-view, not great. People are calling it the worst pay-per-view of the year. I disagree. I think an AEW pay-per-view would take that. Maybe an Impact pay-per-view. There are so many others that truly deserve worse, in my opinion. But that was Crown Jewel. Again, it was fun. Nothing too amazing. It was good, not great. Let's move on to what matches have been announced for Survivor Series War Games, because it will be War Games. I'm sorry. I can't do it right. Give me 1 second. I've gotta get someone to do this right. Where is the go here? Yeah, I got. Sir, would you like to take it away?
In War Games of War Games, War Games, War Games.
No one says it better than William Regal himself, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, the matches that have been announced are Gunther versus The Miz for the IC title. Gunther is going to retain this. The talk is Gunther is going to lose the title at WrestleMania to Brock Lesnar or to Chad Gable. And I would really prefer Chad Gable to take the title off of him. It builds both men because they've been feuding for so long. I truly believe it is Chad Gable. Anyway, we did get Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Starks. Rhea Ripley's going to retain here because they're building for a Becky Lynch feud in the future for Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania for her to retain there. And the final match that has been announced is the Men's War Games match. The Men's War Games match will be Seth friggin' Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and J.D. McDonough. This is going to be a good match. Somehow, some way, you're going to have Drew McIntyre get involved on the Judgment Day side, not because he's joining the Judgment Day, just because he wants Seth to lose, and then he's going to challenge Seth for the world title at the Royal Rumble. And after the match, CM Punk will probably return. Because it's in Chicago. Chicago is a hometown of CM Punk, for those of you who don't know. It's basically as good can be for CM Punk. Whew. You know, after a vacation, I could really use a good drink. How about a sunrise margarita to stick with the S for Survivor Series? Reposado tequila, delicious. Triple sec, agave nectar, some sweet and sour, tangerine powder, and apple. You gotta rim the glass with the tangerine powder using a lime. In the base of the glass, you're gonna muddle some pineapple, jalapeno, and lemon slices. Add crushed ice. Pour in your tequila, triple sec, sweet and sour, and agave nectar. Garnish with a pineapple and lime slices. And there you have it, a delicious drink that's going to add some spice to your life and is truly going to wake you up in the morning. That is no question. And now we're reading from the Book of Rules. The Money in the Bank holder has the opportunity to cash in on any world title, whether it be the WWE title or World Heavyweight title, within a year. A reading from the Book of Rules. And now, everybody, it's time for the Baldroid of the Week. I kind of alluded to this one earlier. The Baldroid of the Week for me is Logan Paul's crew. It's cool that they're involving him. It's cool that Logan Paul kind of has these cool guys who are going to be involved in the match. But the way they're portraying them, they always look like they're cartoon villains who are just sitting on the outside waiting. If you watch back Crown Jewel, the guy literally looks like someone just gave him a sour candy, but he's still trying to be evil. It's just stupid. I truly believe that Logan Paul deserves a little better of sidekicks. I thought KSI at WrestleMania was a great little intuition. Thought that was fun. But at the same time, I truly believe that Logan Paul deserves better than what they're giving him of sidekicks. So because of that, you are the Baldroid of the Week, Logan Paul's posse. Congratulations.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. I have been the big guy. This has been Wrestling Made Simple. Next week, we'll start the Survivor Series reviews as we chug along the line to Survivor Series. Excuse me.
In War Games of
Thank you, Mr. Regal. Get ready to hear that a lot this month because I will be playing it a lot. It is the best sound clip ever, and the only person who could do it right is Mr. Regal. But once again, I've been the big guy. This has been Wrestling Made Simple. I hope you guys have a great week in wrestling. And by the way, take some time if you want a nice vacation. It's always relaxing. We'll be back to a regular episode next week. Thank you very much for listening.